I don't know about this one, but we'll see. So Game released his track list for Drillmatic. It's 30 songs, all by Hit Boy, produced by Hit Boy. And Lone, I have a question for you as it relates to this. It's 2 in a row. First of all, 30 tracks is a lot. But do you think
his last album was track heavy too?
Yeah, it was a double album.
It was a good album. though. I give it to him. That last album.
What was the name of that joint?
Was that rap music?
No.
What was the name of that album?
Was it the 1996 joint? Was that it?
Something like
no,
that.
it was something in between there.
Remember, he had a bunch of pregnant women on the cover.
It was something in between.
Was it a bunch of pregnant women?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, He's right. But I can't remember the name of the album. We'll have to.
It was actually a good album.
I might have to Google
Born to Rap.
Born to Rap.
Yeah,
that's it. But this one comes
out.
It
was somebody behind a fence on that cover.
That's the one with all the women on it, right?
The one you just named is the one with all the women on it. But it's 30 tracks on this one, all produced by Hit Boy. And I've only heard, I guess, the Easy joint, unless he's released something else that I mean,
Easy's almost a year old.
Yeah, that's super.
And isn't that the one with Kanye West?
Yeah.
That's probably not. That's not. I didn't see that in the.
Was it on the track list? I didn't.
Because there's no guests on the entire track list.
Well, you know how that goes though. They might just pop up. But
well, yeah. I mean, I know.
It says he says Drillmatic, the real album of the year, out everywhere at midnight on Friday. I promise you, it's going to be 30 for 30, no skips. As Hit Boy would say, it's a 30.
That's what they all say.
It's a 30 clip.
You're supposed to be proud of your own stuff.
But my question for Lone is, with Hit Boy doing 30 records, can he pull this off with a cohesive sound with 30 joints? Now, 30 beats is a lot. That's a lot of beats to keep cohesive for an album. Does it even matter? You know what I'm saying? Because that's tough, bro. 30 beats to make a cohesive album? Or will it be purposely all over the place? We don't know.
It depends on the producer.
Well, I think Hit Boy is very versatile. I'm just saying, I just think it's hard to get 30 records together and make an album and make it cohesive.
He's
That's
the
a lot.
executive producer, though, or did he produce everything as well?
This started off as a Hit Boy and Game project, unless something has changed.
That's executive produced by Hit Boy, but I don't know if it's
because it started off with just them. He was supposed to make all the beats.
But either way, I can still answer the question. So
right,
I feel like yes, yes, it can be done, and I feel like it. I think it just depends on his approach. But
that's a lot, man.
But don't get me wrong. This is like 4 projects. Like, you can put 4 projects out with 30 tracks. And actually, if he was smart, he would. Like, this is actually not even smart.
That was going to be my next question.
You're playing the streaming game, though.
Yeah, but the thing is you can...
That formula is getting old.
Here's the thing. You can put out 30 songs now, or you can put out 30 songs over 2 years and then have something ready to drop in 2 years. Like, you don't have to drop it all at once. But I get what you're saying, because people do that. If these are just throwaway tracks, but Game doesn't seem like he's that type of artist that, you know, like he always thinks that his product is
he's
that.
very braggadocious.
And he's you know, he tries. I give him that.
With 30 tracks, he's probably got 1,000 name drops.
I was going to ask you how many drops
it's got to be at least 1,000 name drops.
If somebody's going to count them out there, watch what I tell you. Somebody is going to count them.
We need to have a counter that goes through and picks up every name drop on this.
Gotta be somebody young. Gotta be like the Governator. Put him on it. He's young.
But I don't know. I think I don't know, man. To me, it's just too much. Like it's just too much. I don't have the patience to listen to this. I mean, shouts to E40. He puts out like 100 tracks on records.
Yeah, but he puts them out as 3 different albums.
Yeah,
not always.
I mean, they release on the same day.
Yeah.
I mean, he had that one album that had like 48 songs on it.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, they'll just have 2 different covers, but it'll be the same album.
So I don't know. I think I guess it just depends on his approach. Maybe like Jay said, maybe he's going for the streaming attempt for it. Maybe it is super. Who knows? Maybe this is the greatest 30-track album of all time. Who knows? The more you add on to it, the harder it gets to be cohesive. If you're really going to try to make an album versus make just like a playlist of songs.
Or are you just rapping? I mean, it's a difference of if, like you just said, making an album, or is it just a bunch of rap songs?
Like, is this Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers or whatever?
No,
or is this just like one of Wayne's mixtapes?
Right.
I think I'm gonna go with that. I don't think there's going to be that much attention to detail from a, I guess, cohesive standpoint. It's daunting to me when I think 30 joints.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
for
too
a
much.
project.
It's almost like homework at this point. If you put out a 30-track album, I feel like the teacher gave me a whole lot of homework.
Yeah.
And I'm about to cheat. I'm about to skim it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really feel like getting all the way through this project because I already know it's a anthill to climb to finish the album. So 9 times out of 10, I'll probably listen to maybe 8 songs one day.
Come back.
I might listen to a totally different project, then come back trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to piece it
Do
together.
you know how long it's going to take to digest this?
A long time.
But what if it's really under the new format? You know, think about all the young boys. They're
Like
putting out
3-minute songs.
not even 3 minutes.
It's like a minute and a half.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
Scopinator said too.
You know,
Yeah,
they're
possible.
doing verse,
Verse.
hook,
Out.
verse, and they're done.
We out of there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some are just versing out.
Skits. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I wouldn't think he had it. He might have some skits on there, but I mean,
He's got a couple or one.
I don't know.
interlude at least.
Game. I'm not gonna front. He's a nice rapper. He's
No,
he's
Game
pretty
the rap.
good, but he feels himself a little too much.
Oh, wait a second here. This has no. Okay, so there's 30 songs, but there's a break in between track 18 and 19. This is called Drake with the Braids interlude. So he's not even including the interlude as one of the track numbers. So it's
Drake with the braids interlude.
So there's probably 30 songs of rapping.
Yeah,
lots
30,
of words.
30 songs.
Because
man.
didn't he have, what was that one song he had? 48 bars.
No, that was
He just went after everybody.
it's a different 300 bars.
300 bars.
Thanks,
I'm
Red
way
August.
off.
It's a
Yeah.
different take on name
Yeah.
dropping.
I mean, I don't know. Drillmatic, and that's different in itself for you to call it being an LA rapper
Yeah.
using drill and then Matic. So
So
Yeah.
put Matic
Probably
on the end of
Illmatic.
something.
It's probably
Yeah.
Nas reference.
Oh, I know this
I'm
is
sure
yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
mixture of both, I'm sure. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really have high expectations. I will give it a listen, just to see where it's at. But 30 tracks is just a little excessive, in my
That's a
personal
lot,
opinion.
man.
If I see any videos, I'll watch them. That's what it's come to.
I'll be honest, like
listen
because
to
Thursday
projects
night,
anymore.
you know, going into Friday morning, that's when I go ahead and kind of reload and see what's going on, and I listen to all, you know, the little releases.
Might be some club records for you.
Yeah, and I got to find out what's to freshen up the sound in the clubs. I don't know if there'll be anything on there for this, but I don't know. Like maybe I'll just sit and play like you know, Call of Duty and listen to this entire album and see what's really good. You know, like sometimes that's just how it is. Like I kick back and, you know, after a certain point and fire up the controller, find something that I can play and I don't have to listen to,
Right.
and then I'll just listen to this whole album. That's kind of what I did with Morel and the Hospital. Well, actually I did that during a workout, and I got through most of it during a workout, and then it was just maybe 3 or 4 tracks left when I just came in to sit down. So that's, you got almost just, if you really care or you want to say, okay, I'm going to give this project a chance, and it's kind of rough because sometimes we want to know exactly what's going on, and it's like, it's hard listening to all this damn music. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I was gonna
It's
say.
hard
like,
listening.
It's so hard.
Because like it'll be a week where maybe 3 or 4 things come out, and I might get to one of them.
But like everything, I think for me specifically, it's harder too because I do a lot of things media related that require me to pay attention to stuff like the audio version of it. So even if I'm like playing a game online, I'm editing video or I'm doing something like that, or I don't have a lot of time where I'm just like chilling and I can listen to a 30-track game album. I just don't have it. Like, and I just don't have the desire to either. That's why, like, give me a couple videos, you know, give me a couple snippets of something that sounds super fire that I can be like, all right, maybe I can go get it. Maybe, you know, that's like.
Here lately, I haven't even been able to make it through a regular number track listing. Yeah. Like I tried to listen to the NBA YoungBoy just so I can know what's going on.
Bless your heart. And
I didn't get through it.
I hate the fact that I don't have a chance to listen to as much music as I used to. Like,
yeah, I do too.
I don't have the space for it.
I have the space. I don't even have the what's the word I'm looking
desire?
for? Yeah.
That's really what it is.
That's really what it is too. Yeah. I mean, when Kendrick came out, I wanted to listen to it because I know he's going to put out something that's stellar.
And also,
So-
just thinking about it, we're not buying CDs. We're just playing songs off our phone.
Just
We
playing
don't
them.
have the same investment.
Just playing them.
Yeah.
We don't have the same investment.
It used
I
to
don't
hit-
drive. Like I don't have a 30-minute commute back and forth to work.
Yep, that too.
I don't even listen. I listen to podcasts on the way to work and on the
Oh
way
yeah,
home.
me too. Even when I do have a chance and I got a little bit more time, I don't want to listen to music.
But it
I'd
used to
rather
hit-
listen to people talking.
It used to
Yeah.
hit different when you put your job money into going to go buy music, and then you become one with it because one, we weren't bombarded with so much. You could get to know the project, put it in your Discman or whatever, and like really listen to it. Now it's just like even being a creative. When you put something out as a creative, now it's like people will hear it and say, "Oh man, that's dope. When's the next one?" That's like a week later. You've done all this work to put a project out, release something, and I swear to you, within a week and a half, 2 weeks, this is on any level.
Already. You think
People
people
gonna be
ain't
like, yeah,
foaming
when
at
you
the
put
mouth for another Kendrick album already?
Already. So I know if it happens on a smaller scale, you can imagine what it's like for artists at that level.
That's
When's the
like-
next one?
That's why I've said this to many people. Like, I think you're going to put out a project and nobody knows you, or even if albums is really a thing for an established artist at this point.
I'm
Yeah.
EP'd
Like
out.
super,
Yeah, I'm EP'd out.
like super established. Like singles are the way to go.
Usher's the king of that. Usher's been putting out a single or two a year for the past like
Just-
3-4
and they
years.
fire.
And and the thing is, don't get me wrong, there's always going to be a place for albums for certain people and depending on who likes your music, but the grand majority of everybody we just don't have space for it.
If you're up and coming artist and I'm not gonna say wasting, you're putting your effort into making a project that has 19 or 20 records, fam. In today's climate, I just don't see it being appreciated, and that's the sad
It's
thing.
not.
But I just don't see it being appreciated.
Just the
And like
reality.
Chris Brown just had a concert here this past week. A lot of people were complaining about not knowing the music that he was performing. And it's because he has a 30-track album.
Oh, duh.
So even people coming to see you in concert
Yeah,
didn't have time enough to digest this 30-song album
and that
to
came
the
out
point
when?
where they're tired of you.
The new album.
2 years ago.
No, the new album came out
like-
like 3 weeks
No.
ago.
Oh, I'm thinking he had another one that had mad tracks on
Yeah,
it. though.
well, his last 3 or 4 albums have been like this.
Okay,
same
that's what I was
format.
thinking. Okay,
But
yeah.
like they were saying that they didn't know a lot of the songs he was performing. Granted, it's because he has 30 tracks on it. So they wanted to hear old stuff. So generally when an artist tours, you're supposed to promote your new album
Yep.
because you've already made money off the other stuff. You want to make money off this new stuff. Granted, you're still going to give them some of that old stuff, but if you're giving somebody too much to digest and be familiar with, it may not be as inviting or as rememberable as, you know what I'm saying, if it was a short amount
I
of
tell you
songs.
what, if I'm an artist and I have access to all of these analytics,
Yeah.
then I go ahead and base my set list off of those analytics. I mean, I could do a couple of songs that I think are dope and maybe transition them into the crowd favorites. But, when you put out 30 song albums, what winds up happening is people wind up making a playlist because they have
Definitely.
the access to do that with, depending on if they have Spotify or Tidal or however they listen to their music, they can, order and delete songs from your particular album and turn it into their 9.
Yeah.
They can turn it into a 9-song masterpiece.
Yep.
From your 30 songs that you gave them.
I will.
So if you're an artist and you do this, the tools are available for you.
Yeah.
Hell, they're available to everybody to where you can see, what are the top songs that are streamed by this person? Well, if I got these 10 songs, I better at least do these 10 songs, and then I can sprinkle in personal favorites, things I'm trying to promote off of my new album, because that's been how it's worked this entire time. When you go see somebody and they start talking about something, I'm gonna do some stuff on the new album, that's when people go get T-shirts and buy hot dogs. Like, no, fam, we are here to hear the hits.
The hits.
I give him peas though, because I did see a video where there was a three joints would pop up on the screen, and based off the crowd's reaction,
they would vote on what song he would perform.
He performed based off
that's
the
genius.
vote, and it was all of his hit records, the joints that they came to, like you were talking about, all of those joints. So I will give him peas for that because it was interactive and the crowd was telling him which ones they wanted. So he's smart in that regard.
I think if they're gonna do these 30-song album drops, they should do a fan favorite version of that album too, where they cut it down in like 12.
I'm with Lone.
But that's the thing.
That's
like,
what everybody can do individually.
Yeah, you can do that. Like if I wind up liking 9 songs on this Game album, I'm going to A&R the project myself.
That's a terrible percentage too out of 30 records.
I mean, 30,
mean,
that's failing.
But you know what? It is. But you know what? Like I come from an era where it's like, look, Illmatic had 9 songs on it.
Joe did.
You know what I'm saying? So if I want to listen to an album, you really only get between 9 and 13 songs back in the day. And so, like if I can take 9 to 13, that mean and make a hit record out of your loaded project that you gave me.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully it's not a bunch of throwaways, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have the time.
It almost doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the approach. Just make a bunch of songs, throw them out there, and people like whatever they like.
And just see what happens. Yeah.
If you can catch 13 hot ones out of your 30.
I mean, you're
doing pretty good.
Yeah.
You're talking to somebody that put out a 100-track beat tape like a year and a half ago. So
This is true.
You ain't touring that beat tape though.
Nope, and it wasn't meant for that.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So
Hey,
that's a little different.
Lone will take the bag though if you want him to tour that beat tape. Just so y'all
I couldn't
know.
even imagine being at a concert where somebody did 100 songs.
No, I'd be asleep.
Yeah, literally.
Or I'll
you'd be
leave.
asleep.
Yeah, especially my project.
Hey man,
I mean, it's made for that. So
Yeah.
it actually is. Let's shout out the partners, man.